I met the guys at Mediatonic last year at E3, and they told me about their game called Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. It was easy to see that this was going to be incredibly successful and absolutely unabashedly charming and very easy to pick up and play. It also didn't really fit the mold from what we've come to expect from Devolver, which has got a lot of fantastic games, but they have been, leaning in a lot of blood and gore, and there's been a lot of violence in a lot of Devolver games. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed a lot of those, but then we've seen some nice changes of pace with titles like Gris, but this game is something else entirely. This is a battle royale where up to, I think they're trying to hit 100 people. I've only ever been in matches where I've had about 55 or 60 people that start off in a match, and what you have to do is compete in a series of events, and after every event is completed, a number of the contestants are taken off of the board. They are knocked out, and then you progress to the next event. So you're trying not to be eliminated as you do a series of athletic mini-game style challenges that ask you to leap over things or grab onto things or memorize things. You're also trying to avoid bumping and shoving into the other opponents as much as possible, unless your strategy is to slow them down, because you can actually grab onto other characters, or you can leap across them and make them stumble. You could push them off and bump them off if you want to. It can get quite heated in this very cute and very clever and very accessible game. The artistic design of the game puts every character into a foam padded suit, so everybody looks like an egg with legs, kind of, and a drawn-on happy face. You can customize your character by unlocking a bunch of things through progression in the game, or you can go into the DLC store and choose to buy some of the kudos, which I think is the chief form of currency, and you can start to apply the expenditure of those kudos to buy, new patterns and stuff that you can affix to your body. But everything is kind of meant to just get you into the contests as quickly as possible. It's a very unobtrusive front-end design. It really is just like press that play button and get in there and figure out these mini games and see if you can get that crown, because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to beat each one of these mini games as they progress, and one of the assemblage of these characters will actually get that crown. Now, what you have to keep in mind is that you're not playing against AI opponents. Every one of those characters on the board and in every one of those challenges is another person, and they've all created their own little fall guy, and they've patterned them up, or they've put a pigeon head or a wolf head, or they're dressed like a hot dog, and you'll see people that have spent some real time, their costumes get cooler and zanier and crazier, and it's all very, very charming. I'm very happy to say that the game is addictive as hell. It's just really, really well tuned. It's very polished. It feels tactile. You're not really fighting with the design. There are certainly moments of frustration where, like there was this one particular match that I got into when I was live streaming, where all of these oversized groceries start falling down a ramp, and I got run over by a breadstick, and it rolled me right off of the board. I got to almost to the very end of that stage, and I was going to qualify to continue on, but nope, this breadstick took me out, rolled me all the way down the ramp and off the board, and then I was in last place, and I could never catch out there. Oh, no, come on, that's not fair, push me all the way down! That's crap. And so there's going to be a lot of moments like that. There's going to be a lot of moments when you play this where you're going to be inches from that crown, and no, someone else is going to take it away from you. Get up, go, get up, no, get off the ground, get off the mat. Oh my God, no, I'm in 4th place. Oh, I was so close. Ah! There are also team challenges where you've got to push a ball down a hill first and get there, or you got to collect a whole bunch of eggs and get them back to your base before the other teammates do. Sometimes you will have to all kind of play oversized soccer, a little bit like slow-mo Rocket League together. That was very fun. A lot of times, too, you're working as a group, but you're also fighting against each other, like when you're on the seesaws, which are incredibly frustrating because people, everybody goes in their own direction, and so the seesaws are going all over the place, and so you're constantly waiting for that sort of leverage to tilt back in your favor so you can keep progressing up the board. You're going to have to put up with some challenges. I read that our friend Gary Whitta actually threw his PlayStation 4 controller across the room while he was playing this game. So your blood pressure could go up while you play Fall Guys. But I think that this is an incredibly successful launch for this game. I think it's going to have long legs. They're calling this Season 1, and there's a couple of things that I hope get added to the game, I think, which will help improve it. A key thing that they should add is there should be more of a celebration for how you place in each stage of the game. So after every match, if you come in first, that should be a pretty big celebration for your little player. You get these little icons that say top 20% or top 50% or whatever, but I think that if you come in first, if you get there before everybody else on every stage, there should be a real true celebration. I also feel there should be split screen multiplayer. This would be a fantastic local game for up to 4 players sitting on the couch together. This would be super fun to share, and it'd be super fun to, make these matches smaller. If people wanted to just Mario Party style play this at home on one machine, I think that would be great. I also think that it's fantastic that Devolver and PlayStation worked out a deal that this is a free download for PS Plus subscribers. Awesome, and definitely get this if you do subscribe to PS Plus. It's also out on the PC, but this is such a big idea. It's like Rocket League or Fortnite. It's that kind of super accessible multiplayer experience that this really should be on a bunch of different platforms. Presumably, it will come to the other platforms down the road, but I think that this is going to be quite successful. And I think the only other thing that might add some real intensity to the experience is some commentary, but that might come later as this game gets adopted by pretty sure that this is going to get adopted by an esports community out there. I think this is fun to watch. It's definitely fun to play. It took over everybody's life, I think, over that downloaded this thing over the weekend. I saw lots and lots of my friends on Facebook and on Twitter talking about this. It's crashed servers and has created all kinds of success pressure for Mediatonic and for Devolver, and the sales are really, really good. So I think the new content has to keep coming. I think that they have to also provide a lot of content that doesn't cost players more to access it, because you are going to see a lot of these matches repeat, which is okay because you want to be familiar with them so that they're not all like oh my god, what do I do? But the joy of being exposed to something brand new is also palpable and wonderful in this game. And I'm just really curious to see where this all goes. But it's come out of the gates very strong, and it's a very, very charming, wonderful experience. I'm going to give Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout a 9 out of 10.